Day 12, 11:22 a.m. The housemates have been awake for the past hour, and there's a lot of chit-chat going on in the bedroom. In the corner, we see that Lillian, Haven, and Jessie are having a little conversation.
Oh. Dinica, guma planonde, Jessine clonkus. Me boof, boom, 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 stagnoosh.
No.
Haven still seems to be annoyed at Lillian, but Lillian, on the other hand, has completely moved on. Maybe it has to do with her good nature, but she's smiling and happy to talk to Haven, even if it isn't reciprocated.
Glean Bizik? Yibs. Boochie Peachy? Hakataba? Grinoy.
Outside in the living room, Kaylee and Kristen have a nice little conversation on the sofas.
Sakaloo, Hanif.
Meanwhile, Ashton is tickling the ivories on the downstairs piano as part of this week's Battle of the Bands shopping task. In the last episode, we had everyone in the task room all at once. But today, we're going to let each band have their own time to practice. And first up is the Bad Boys, which of course consist of Ashton, Pete, Nico, Alex, and Emmanuel. Now, outside of earning musical-related skill points, for some reason, everyone is on a fitness kick in the house, and we see Emma hitting the gym. Ooh, 1:41 p.m. While some of the bad boys are practicing their instruments, we see Nico is breaking it down on the dance floor. Meanwhile, in the bedroom, Haven and Lillian are still talking on the beds. Maybe this kind of rivalry they've been having will soon fade away and they're going to be able to put their differences aside. Or maybe not. We see that Tice soon comes in to mediate and help things go along. Will he be able to help the situation, or is he going to make it worse?
Philpa Wampo, Greehow, Toppin.
So far, it doesn't really look like it's helping. And then we see Jessie comes up, and I just found this so funny because they just sit in the middle of the bed on the floor and eat food.
No.
Once Kate enters the bedroom in order to use the bathroom, everyone sort of scatters. I don't really know why. Maybe they just don't want to be talking around Kate. But one by one, they do eventually get up and start leaving the conversation. So I'm not exactly too sure how well that went for both of them. And instead of leaving the bedroom, it looks as though all of this has put Lillian into a pretty bad mood. She was really happy at the start, and now ending the conversation, she's pretty upset, and soon goes into the wardrobe to hide. I guess this is her equivalent of a coffin. Meanwhile, in the living room, everyone's pretty much having a good time. They're all mingling on the sofas. We see that Tice is playing a little bit of foosball over in the corner, and now we have Nico playing some piano.
Bem, Luxi Peachy, Vula Shaka, Abimi.
3:01 p.m. The sun is out, the weather is nice, and a lot of our housemates are enjoying the garden. While Tice tries to rehash the previous conversation with Haven upstairs on the balcony, Haven decides that it's a better time to just play pranks instead, which I kind of enjoy. Meanwhile, Jesse is still on their health kick and is hitting the gym, while Kaylee is breaking it down in the garden. Upstairs on the balcony, we see that some of the girlies are getting together to talk in the sun. Right now, Emma, Haven, and Kristen are enjoying their time together, and it looks as though it's going a lot better than the group Haven was with earlier. However, the girls are not alone for long, as soon Alex comes walking upstairs and joins in on the girl time.
Oh.
Blob Abgor. Befala Linop Finili.
Meanwhile, Pete is next in line to hit the gym. And while Pete unhappily works out, the rest of the housemates upstairs decide that it's time to do the complete opposite and relax and get a tan. Meanwhile, the task room is now closed for the bad boys, but it's now open for Girl Gang. Again, this band consists of Sophia, Kate, Lillian, Kaylee, and Haven. While Kate and Lillian try their hand at some string instruments, Sophia just sticks with what she knows best, and that's dancing. Meanwhile, downstairs in the bathroom, Ashton is spending some time in front of the mirror with his little hot pants on. He's talking to himself, he's making himself feel better, and I think maybe he's trying to talk off that bad attitude he's been having all week, and maybe he's going to pull an Alex and try to get to know people a little bit better to prevent being nominated for next week, if he survives eviction. And I thought this was kind of weird because Kate ends up coming downstairs just to look at herself in the mirror, and then turns around and goes back upstairs to the task room. Okay, I don't really know what that was about. However, Big Brother decides to call Jesse to the diary room because, I don't know, I'm kind of interested in seeing how everything is going with Lillian and everyone else in the house. All right, Jesse, please take a seat and let's see how you feel about your other housemates. Gotta say, I'm surprised that they have zero love for Lillian, even though they woohooed, yet they have some love for Emmanuel, even though they never have done anything. It's a bit odd. Thank you, Jesse. You may now leave the diary room. A small group is forming on the upstairs balcony where Kristen, Alex, and Emma are still sunbathing, and they're developing a nice glow. But with all the nice weather we're having in Windenburg, a lot of the housemates are in and out of the garden. We see that Ashton and Pete are enjoying the pool, while Tyson does some laundry.
Phew.
"5:16 p.m.
Yo, Swable, you Norg?
The girl gang members have not really been taking their practice time that seriously. Instead, most of them are out mingling with the rest of the housemates in the living room. And it looks as though that sunbathing session went on a little bit too long, as Alex, Kristen, and Emma are all sunburnt. Let's just hope that this sunburn doesn't make Alex go over the edge. He's been doing really well, trying to stay on everyone's good side and his own good side, but will this burn make the werewolf come out? And as Ashton plays some foosball, it is now time for the Safe Squad's practice session to begin in the task room. However, it looks like it's only really Tyson who wants to practice. Meanwhile, back downstairs, Jesse practices on the piano, while Alex stomps around the house. I think everyone is definitely walking on eggshells right now in hopes that Alex doesn't turn into a werewolf. But so far, so good. However, in the bathroom, it looks as though Haven has taken Addison's place in the wardrobe, calling it her own. Hopefully this isn't a curse or anything and Haven doesn't die soon. But behind her, the bathroom is super busy. As most of the housemates have been avoiding going all day, they all try to rush in all at once. So much so that Pete is actually in the stall with Kaylee.
Rent a purple, Bashi.
Meanwhile, in the living room, Jesse is fastly approaching being the best pianist in the house. (10:19 p.m.) After every band has taken time throughout the day to practice on their own, the task room is now closed for the night, and most of our housemates head to bed. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Kaylee has kind of been the center of attention in the house. She's flirting with everyone, fighting with everyone, getting along with everyone, and this just comes to prove it, as we see Pete and Emmanuel watch over her in her sleep. Even Emma tries to crawl in bed, but she soon gets rejected for the second time. She just keeps going around the room trying to find a bed, and it's kind of impossible. But maybe it's like a blessing in disguise that Emma wasn't able to find a bed, because when the lights go off, Alex ends up coming into the room. And it seems as though Emma might be the one thing that can calm Alex down. The two of them start talking, and it soon turns into the two of them flirting. And even though Pete stopped watching Kaylee, it seems as though Emmanuel has no plans to do so. Emmanuel does eventually let Kaylee keep sleeping in peace, while things start heating up between Alex and Emma.
Bula Staby.
Nibwag.
Sansi.
Papa.
Ooh.
Eventually, the two of them actually make their way over to a bed, and things get a little bit more serious.
Bob. Benor Fubi. Benay.
Kianoi. Frabors. And Sabel. Yafu. Harbor Doors.
However, once Emma actually proposes the two of them woohoo, she soon gets denied.
Smebs Woony, Hinawanu.
Manoga boy.
Bien boo. Zarda.
Alex doesn't seem to move as fast as a lot of our other housemates. And who knows, maybe he's cautious since Tice had a little thing with her as well. I'm not exactly too sure. But that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I do want to apologize for not uploading yesterday. I got a little bit busy with Valentine's Day, and I gotta say posting 5 videos a week is a lot of work. But so far, I am loving this series. And the vote is going to end 3 hours after this video is posted. So, who do you want to see evicted on Saturday? Is it going to be Alex, Ashton, or Nico? Make sure your voice is heard. And for all the latest updates, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.